Welcome to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the #1 podcast and resource for Black entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful, sustainable businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. If you're currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, you're invited to join us each and every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family and get ready to elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 448. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today's show topic is, if you're not excited about your business, you may be in the wrong business. If you're not excited about your business, you may be in the wrong business. Now, if you find that you're not excited about your business anymore, it may be a sign that you need to pivot or actually go in a completely different direction. On today's show, I'm going to give you several tips and some insights as to what to do if you find yourself in this predicament. Now, before we get to today's content, let me just share a few things with the BEB family. First and foremost, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast. I'm going to share all my social media contact information and resource links, such as the link to my latest book, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. Also, 2 platforms I've created to help circulate dollars in the worldwide Black community, BeSmartByBlack.com and Hire Black Freelancers. Also, guys, don't forget to get your 3 free day access to BEBacademy.com. Go to BEBacademy.com. You get 3 days free access to everything in the academy. It's an online learning portal. We have all types of content, master classes, online courses, PDF downloads, and resources to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Also, I want to make a special announcement, guys. I've created a new online quiz called RevenueKillerQuiz.com. RevenueKillerQuiz.com. It's a short 60-second quiz to help you find out what's the #1 revenue killer in your business. Now, as a serial entrepreneur for over 20 plus years and a business coach, guys, I've pretty much seen it all, the highs and the lows. And really, there's several different things that will actually kill your revenue as an entrepreneur. So if you're not meeting or exceeding the expectations that you have for your business, make sure you go to RevenueKillerQuiz.com, RevenueKillerQuiz.com. It takes about 60 seconds to answer the few questions, and then you're going to get your results. RevenueKillerQuiz.com. Now, let's get ready for today's content. So today we're talking about, if you're not excited about your business, you may be in the wrong business. So as I mentioned, guys, I've been a serial entrepreneur for over 20 plus years, and there have been multiple times that I was less than excited about my business that I created. The baby that I created, I was less than excited about that business. I actually found myself disinterested, and I even started to despise one of my businesses, and that was the alarm business. Luckily, I was able to sell it and get out from under that and be able to start something else. So if you find that you're not excited about your business anymore, guys, there's several things you can do to see if you should pivot or start something new. Sometimes you have to refresh and just rebrand and go back out and start something new. Other times you can pivot your business and then get back on track. So today I'm going to give you several tips and some insights. Now, the first thing I want to do before I give you some tips to correct the situation is I want you to ask yourself some of these questions. There are 8 questions that I want you to ask yourself. Now, before I forget, guys, if you're in the car, you're driving, you're working out, and you can't take notes, make sure you sign up for the newsletter. We have all the show notes in the newsletter. It comes out every Monday and Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you don't have to remember all these questions. Just go to the website, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. At the bottom of each page, you'll see join me or newsletter. It's the same thing. Just sign up, and automatically every Monday and Thursday morning, you're going to get the latest show notes in the newsletter. All right. So here's some questions that you need to ask yourself. So if you're not excited about your business, guys, you may be in the wrong business. Question number 1, super important. Why did I start this business? Ask yourself, why did you start this business? Was it money? Was it time, freedom, generational wealth? You couldn't stand your job. You're not an employee and you want to be an employer. Why did you start this business? And because that's critical as to the purpose behind what you've started. Okay, if you started a business for fun, guess what? When times get hard, you're probably not going to push through. But if you started for a specific reason, you want to put your family in a better position. You want to move out of one neighborhood into another. You want to put your kids in private school or better school situations. So number 1, why did you start this business? And sometimes we've been in business so long, we actually forget why we started the business. But we'll talk about that a little later. Question number 2, what were my expectations for this business when I started it? What were my expectations for this business when I started it? Did I start the business to hopefully come in full time? Did I start it part time to then transition into a full time entrepreneur? Did I start it for the income, the freedom, flexibility, or whatever? You have to ask yourself question 2, what were my expectations for this business when I started the business? All right, we're going to ask number 1, why did you start it? And then what were the expectations? So I tell you guys all the time on the show, one of the best pieces of advice I got from my wife's pastor when we were going to marital counseling before we got married. He said expectations will make or break any relationship. And that could be business. It could be personal. It can be with yourself. OK, it could be with your business. Right. So what were your expectations for this business when you started it? OK, question number 2. Question number 3, which follows up on this. Is my business currently meeting or exceeding these expectations? Is my business currently meeting or exceeding these expectations? So once again, if you're not excited about your business, then your business probably is not meeting or exceeding these expectations. And the expectations don't necessarily have to be in dollars. It could be in terms of fulfillment, freedom, time, and other things that the business provides or doesn't provide that don't meet your expectations. That's number 3. And what we're talking about today, guys, if you're not excited about your business, you may be in the wrong business. Right now, I'm giving you 8 questions to ask yourself. And then after that, I'm going to give you some tips that you can do to help correct the situation. All right. Now, question number 4. Am I chasing paper or purpose? Am I chasing paper or purpose? I did an episode specifically on that. Chasing paper versus chasing purpose is 2 totally different things. And I know many times when we start our businesses, all we want to do is make money and we'll figure out the rest later. But after a while, if you've been in your business for a period of time and your business is becoming draining to you, sometimes it's because you're doing something just to chase the paper. You know, been there, done that. I can't count the number of times that I've done that. I've started businesses where I could care less about the business. All I wanted to do was make money. One of them was the bamboo pillows when I was had retail kiosks in several malls in the Philadelphia area. So I was working in the malls, learning the business. Excuse me, because you got to learn the business before you bring other people on. And those retail hours were crazy. You know, it was tough to keep employees. And that's one of the reasons I can't stand malls right now. I used to be in those malls from 9 in the morning till 10, 11 at night, learning that business. I was able to humble myself and say, you know what? Let me see if I can do this. And the objective was, let me start working on 1 or 2 or 3 kiosks that we have and then building it out to multiple kiosks in multiple malls in multiple states. But guess what? And that business started to wear me down. It just hit me, man. And I was chasing the paper and I knew this is something that I did not want to do. So I didn't pivot I shut that thing down. It just got to the point where it was more trouble than it was good. And I knew that this wasn't the avenue for me to do or accomplish the goals that I wanted. So question number 4, you need to ask yourself, are you chasing paper or purpose? And they're two totally different things. When you're chasing your purpose, there's something greater than just the money. It's something greater than that. So you're going to be more apt to go through the hard times because it's your purpose. When you're chasing paper, when things get hard, you're going to throw everything away and start something new. That's exactly what I did when I was selling those pillows at the mall, the bamboo pillows. All right, that's number 4. Number 5, has the business become more of a hassle than it's worth? Has the business become more of a hassle than it's worth? And if it has, guess what? You got a decision to make. And once again, with that bamboo pillow business, it became more of a hassle than it was worth. We were still making money. Even though we had employees, overhead, product, and all of that stuff, we were still making money. But it wasn't enough money to make sense to me to continue doing it. Now, if we were pulling in $50,000 to $60,000 a week, that's something different as opposed to pulling in $10,000 a week when we got overhead, rent, we got employees and stuff like that. So we probably were doing maybe 10 to 15 grand a week, which isn't a lot of money. And this wasn't during the holiday season. The holiday season, we did well, but it wasn't worth it to me. So has your business become more of a hassle than it's worth? And that's question number 5. Question number 6, you want to ask yourself, do you feel that you're in the wrong business and why? Do you feel that you're in the wrong business and why? Yes, I felt that way on several occasions. When I had my alarm business, I felt that way after a while. I couldn't stand that business. The bamboo pillow business, I felt that way. And those are probably the 2 worst out of the 17 businesses that I've started that I really felt that way. So I was in the wrong business. And the reason why was for twofold. Number 1, I didn't like what I was doing with the bamboo pillows. I didn't like the retail hours. I couldn't stand it. And with the alarm business, I hate to say it, but it got to the point where the culture in the business was something that I didn't like, and it was my business. I tried to change the culture, weed out people, but it got to the point, man, based on some of the positions that I was hiring for, I wasn't going to get the type of skilled people that I needed or wanted to have in the business. And that has a lot to do with location of the business, the salary that I was able to pay, and things of that nature. So do you feel that you're in the wrong business and why? Right now, question number 7, do you feel fulfilled with your business? Do you feel fulfilled with your business? I can tell you there's a big difference, guys, in being or doing something that's fulfilling to you versus doing something that's just for the money. Now, I may be a little bit different, a different type of entrepreneur, because I don't really care about the type of business per se. My enjoyment comes from being able to build businesses. That's what I enjoy, putting systems and structure together, employees, and trying to see what I can build. Now, to me, it really doesn't matter what it is. It could be alarms. It could be bamboo pillows. I just didn't like that situation. It could be with my marketing company, my mortgage company, my e-commerce business, whatever. So I enjoy the business of doing business, of trying to put things together. Okay. But I feel fulfilled because that's something that's innate within me for the most part. But if you're doing something that you don't feel fulfilled with, trust me, it's going to wear on you. And after a while, you're going to start thinking about, okay, do I really want to do this? And that's something that you really have to take into account, being fulfilled. And we're going to get to some of the answers or some solutions to some of these questions in a minute. Question number 8, you want to ask yourself, if you had to start a new business, what would it be and why do you think it would be different from your current business? If you had to start a new business, what would it be and why do you think it would be different from your current business? So I always say, you don't know what you don't know, right? Sometimes you don't know what you like until you find out what you don't like, right? So it could be a business. It could be in a relationship. How do you know what you do like unless you find something that you don't like? It could be with a job, and that's happened to me before. Sometimes when you get out of college or you start going into the workforce, you really don't know what you want to do. So you'll apply to all these different jobs, and then you'll get a job and you'll get in there and you'll figure out, you know what? I don't really like this. So from that point on, you're going to kind of stay away from that type of position. So sometimes you learn what you like by understanding what you don't like. So number 8, if you had to start a new business, what would it be? And why do you think it will be different from your current business? Now, common sense tells you that if you ran a business and you didn't like the business or you weren't fulfilled, the next business that you start, you're going to change things. Okay, so I'm just trying to get you to visualize this. If you had to start a new business, what would it be? And why do you think it would be different from your current business? So let's transition into what you can do to correct this situation. Now, I've lived this situation multiple times, and I'm the type of guy I like to put things down on paper so I can analyze them. Putting them on a computer is cool, but sometimes it's like when I write, it sticks more. It becomes more real to me. And I think that's true with most people. So I'm going to give you guys a cheat sheet or a task sheet, okay? And really, I want you to take a life assessment. Now, this life assessment is very short, and it can be done on one sheet of paper. Now, this includes your business and your personal life, because your business and personal life are intertwined. Okay, so yeah, you have a personal life, but if as an entrepreneur, that business intertwines with your personal life. So here's some food for thought before we start this life assessment. So you want to think about where you are in relation to your goals. Where are you in relation to your goals? Everybody has goals that you started out with. Where are you in your life in relation to your goals, personal and professional? Do you feel that you're on the right track? Have your goals and expectations changed? Has your business changed with them? So goals and expectations are going to change. So when you hit a goal, now you have to create a new goal. And sometimes expectations based on your life or what's happening, things are going to change in that aspect of your life also. So for example, things change, right? So now I'm accustomed to a certain level of living, right? So my expectations have changed since I was a 24, 25-year-old entrepreneur. So my expectations on my income and everything else have changed, and that's just called growth. So these are some of the things we have to think about when we're taking our life assessment. So here's what I want you guys to do. Grab a sheet of paper, and I want you to fold that sheet of paper in half twice so you're making 4 squares or 4 quadrants. Okay? Just fold it in half for 4 quadrants. Now, you might have to use the back of the paper if you write real big or whatever, but I write kind of small, so I know I can fit all of this in mine because I've done it. I've done the exercise probably about 5 or 6 times, and I usually do it every year. So in the top left corner, I want you to identify the 3 or 4 most important things in your life. Just write them down. In the top left corner, identify the 3 or 4 most important things in your life. Could be family, kids, money, health, religion, whatever it is. 3 or 4 most important things in your life. Just jot that down, and you can do it while you're listening to this if you're at home or stationary. All right, that's the top left corner. In the top right corner, write down how your business is positively or negatively impacting those 3 or 4 most important things in your life. So, are you working so much you don't see much of your spouse, partner, or kids or whatever? Does your business generate enough money for you to live the way you want to live? How has your business impacted your mental and physical health? So, top right corner, write down how your business is positively or negatively impacting those 3 or 4 most important things that you have in the box in the top left. Okay? How is your business in relation to those most important things? Okay? Now, on the bottom left corner, I want you to write down what your perfect work day would look like. what your perfect work day, not your weekend or the perfect day in general. Write down what your perfect work day would look like. And I'm actually going to give you mine. Okay. So this is going to give you a template. So if you guys don't know, I live in Philly. I'm here on the East Coast. But I do want to have a second residence in Los Angeles. And my wife always says, what idiot wants to retire or slow down in Los Angeles when it's one of the most costly cities to live in? But I just love the area. I couldn't live there all year because I like change of seasons. I actually like fall and winter, to be quite honest with you. I like the change of the seasons here on the East Coast. I like the snow. I like to have my fireplace on. And I love that during football season. All right. So in the bottom left corner, write down your perfect work day, what it would look like. And here's what my perfect work day would look like. So in a perfect world, remember, I'm living in Los Angeles. So my perfect work day would look like this. I get up at 5 a.m. and I'd hike up Runyon Canyon. I come back home. I'd eat breakfast around 7:30 and I get to my office by 9 a.m. And that office would probably be in my home. And I work until about 4 p.m. Then after work, I get home to make dinner or eat dinner at 6 p.m. with my family. So spend time with my wife, my kids, if they're around. They're adults now, so they're in different cities. But from that 6 p.m. period, I'm going to spend family time. Then I'm going to relax, read or watch TV till about 10. Then I'm going to go to bed. And for me, that's a perfect work day. So I get up, I get a chance to exercise in the morning, get to work at 9, and I'm in the bed by 10 because I get up at 5 a.m. and I need about 7 hours to be efficient. You got to know your body too, guys. I know some people, they work off of 4 or 5 hours. I can't do that consistently. I can do it periodically. Matter of fact, I'm recording this at almost 1 a.m. In the morning. So, and I'm going to be up. I'm not going to be up at 5 tomorrow, but I'm going to be up early. So I can do it periodically, but that's not something that I want to do or can do on a consistent basis and work at maximum efficiency. So let's recap real quick. In the top left corner, identify the 3 or 4 most important things in your life. Top right corner, write down how your business is positively or negatively impacting those 3 or 4 most important things in your life. In the bottom left corner, write down what your perfect work day would look like. Okay. Now, still in the bottom left corner, that's why I said you may have to write small. I want you to write down what your perfect weekend day would look like. Write down what your perfect weekend day would look like, still in the bottom left corner. Now, here's my perfect weekend day. And this happens a lot unless I have something else planned. So I'm going to get up about 8 a.m., sleep in a little bit on the weekends. I'll get breakfast. And then usually my wife and I will do some activity. We either go hiking or biking. And if the kids are around, they'll go with us. And then what we'll normally do, we're going to defeat the purpose because we'll usually go grab something to eat and grab a beer or some drinks after we finish hiking or biking. And then we'll come home in the late evening, spend family time with the wife. And if the kids are home, maybe watch a movie. And then I go to bed when I'm tired, depending upon what's on. If football games are on, boxing or whatever, I may go to bed 1 o'clock, 12, whatever. Just go to bed. But that's what my perfect weekend day looks like. So I don't need to be out at the clubs, and everybody, to each his own. I don't need to be out at the bars and all that time of night. But I enjoy exercising and spending time with my family. So write that down in the bottom left-hand corner. Now, in the bottom right-hand corner, this is your last quadrant. Write down your conclusion. And what I mean by conclusion is, what do you need to do in your current business to meet or exceed your business and personal goals? What do you need to do in your current business to meet or exceed your business and personal goals? Do you feel that it's possible with your current business? Answer that question. If not, what type of business can you create that will align with your lifestyle? So let me repeat quadrant 4 again, bottom right corner. Write down your conclusion. Okay, based on everything else you've written down, what do you need to do in your current business to meet or exceed your business and personal goals? Answer that question. Second question is, do you feel that it's possible with your current business? If yes, cool. If not, what type of business will you create that aligns with your lifestyle? What type of business will you create that aligns with your lifestyle? Now, I usually do this once a year. It's pretty simple. I don't make it complicated, and it's 4 quadrants. And really what it is, it's a life assessment. Okay. Now you really just created a mini life assessment, and you can use this as you move forward. Once again, the show topic is, if you're not excited about your business, you may be in the wrong business. So many times when our lifestyle doesn't align with our business and entrepreneurship, then we become a little less smitten with our business. And so those are some of the things that we can do when we do this life assessment that can help you straighten everything out. Or it may tell you that, guess what? Yo, I need to cut bait. I need to create a whole new different business. And we're about to talk about the answers right now. So the answer to this question is, if you're not excited about your business, you may be in the wrong business. And here's the real answer, guys. You need to create your business around your lifestyle, not your lifestyle around your business. Create your business around your lifestyle, not your lifestyle around your business. So many times we let the business control us as opposed to us controlling the business. So we start out many times gung-ho and committed that we lose track of actually why we started the business in the first place. And this has happened to me on several occasions, as I mentioned before. When I started my alarm business, my youngest daughter was just born. So I'm leaving the house 6:30 in the morning, getting home 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And my wife says, hey, Erica isn't even going to know who you are. You're working too hard. And I'm like, yeah, but I have to get this business off the ground. So it's a double-sided sword. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But I had to make some concessions because the reason I'm doing this is for my family. But if I can't spend time with my kids, then what am I really doing it for? So I had to really understand what the situation was and try to figure out how to navigate around that. So what I decided to do was, on 3 nights a week, I'm coming home at a regular time. It didn't matter what happened. I'm coming home 5 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock, coming home a little early, helping out with the kids. So that's something that I had to do. But the answer is, guys, you have to create your business around your lifestyle, not your lifestyle around your business. Now, how do you control your business and make it give you everything you want? That's the magic formula. How do you control your business and make it give you everything you want? If you want freedom, flexibility, income, whatever, you need to create that. So the first thing you want to do, guys, is implement systems and procedures that allow the business to work without you, or where you're working based on the schedule that suits your lifestyle. So just like I had to make that adjustment with the alarm company. Now, at that point in time, I didn't have all the systems in place, but I eventually did. And I had the people and the systems in place to be able to keep the business running while I physically wasn't there. So like they said in the E-Myth, you work on your business, not in your business. And I was able to kind of scale out that way. So number one, you want to implement systems and procedures that allow the business to work without you if possible. The second thing you may want to do is hire employees or virtual assistants. Now, I know if you're a solopreneur, that's something, man, you're like, oh, man, I don't want to have that payroll or those expenditures. But if you hire the right employees and the right virtual assistant or assistants, they actually can help leverage and increase revenues. So based on the tasks and chores that you give them, they could take away, there's two schools of thought. They could take away the minutia that you're doing so you can focus on more revenue generating activities, or you can create sales roles or positions for your employees or the virtual assistants. Maybe they're following up with old leads. Maybe they're sending out emails or something of that nature. So you can hire employees or virtual assistants. Everybody that you hire, you need to make sure that they pay for themselves. Okay. So if you're paying a virtual assistant $400 a week or whatever it is, then you need to make sure in some form or fashion she generates or he generates $400 a week. It may not be in hard cash, but it may be in free time that allows you to go out and sell more or whatever. And what we're talking about now, how do you control your business and make it give you everything you want? Okay. And today's show topic is, if you're not excited about your business, you may be in the wrong business. So these are some of the things you have to think about. Now, the next thing you want to do, number 3, you can hyper focus your business and charge more and have fewer clients. You can hyper focus your business and charge more and have less clients. So, for example, in the mortgage business, when we first started, we were taking everybody as clients, right? And it just got to the point, man, where it was crazy. Then we started hiring people and we built up a machine and a system. So that was cool. But at one point, man, it got to the point where my partner and I, we were like, yeah, we can't even handle all of this. Now, we had so many leads coming in. Now, obviously, not all of them turned into loans. Probably about 40 to 50% may have turned into deals, which is still good. But sometimes you can hyper focus your business and charge more and have less clients. So, for example, Goldman Sachs, right? They have a private wealth management group. And their private client group, you have to have a minimum of $10 million to invest with Goldman in order to get into their private, private wealth management. So that's an exclusive club you're going to be in. They're not dealing with somebody with 1 million, 2 million, 5. They may take you, but their minimum threshold, what they're looking for, is $10 million in assets. So if you can hyper focus your business, you can literally charge more and have fewer clients. So a lot of times, do you want to have a whole bunch of clients that aren't paying you a lot of money? Or do you want to have fewer clients that are paying you good money? My CPA actually went through that. He actually fired, he said, probably about 30 to 35% of his clients. Half of them weren't paying on time. They were more problem than they were good. And he actually became more efficient and more profitable dealing with only a set percentage of the clients that he had. So focusing his business on higher revenue clients. Okay. Now, if your current business doesn't allow you to build your business around your lifestyle, guys, you may need to think about starting a new business or pivoting. But some of the answers are to help you determine are you can implement systems and procedures that allow you your business to work without you. You can hire employees or virtual assistants, or you can hyper focus your business and have charge more and have fewer clients. But there may be a point in time where you say, you know what, this isn't working. So you may need to start a new business altogether, or you may be able to pivot your current business where your business is built around your lifestyle. And here's a real life example. I'm getting back into the mortgage business. It's been calling my name for a minute. My old partner, who's like my brother, he's been, yo, man, we got to get back in it, blah, 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 blah. And, I was thinking about it for a couple years, but I'm finally jumping back in. But here's the caveat that we both discussed. It's going to be a boutique mortgage brokerage shop. It's going to be me, him, and assistant, and then one virtual assistant. And we don't want to have a lot of loan officers. We don't want any loan officers to be quite honest. We don't want to have a big payroll. We want to keep it boutique, and we're going to focus on a specific avatar of client. They first-time home buyers, or we're going to look at certain dollar amount of homes. So we want to have fewer clients and be able to create this business around our lifestyle. So we're looking to have offices in Los Angeles, obviously Philadelphia, and we may do something in the Midwest. We may have a location in the Chicago area, whatever. But we're trying to create this business around our lifestyle. Both of us like to be flexible. We like to travel. We like to do things. He has a family and kids. And so we don't want to be in the office like we were when we had the original mortgage company and the 50 plus employees, $10,000, $12,000 a month rent. payroll, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. It was crazy. It was good while it lasted, but I don't want that anymore. Remember, I was talking about your expectations and the things that you want change over time. At one time, I thought I wanted to be suited down in the office every day with all these employees. I don't even want that anymore. I don't even want to get suited down every day. All right. Matter of fact, I couldn't even count the number of suits I had. Right now, I probably only got 3 or 4 suits right now in my rotation because I don't really wear them anymore because I'm not doing that type of business anymore. And so once again, my lifestyle takes precedence over my work. So I'm at the point now where I've learned how to build my businesses around my lifestyle. So when my daughter needed me to fly to Chicago and drive her back for the holidays because she wanted a car because she was home for about 3 weeks, I was able to fly out to Chicago and we drove back from Chicago to Philly. Then last weekend, she's like, Dad, we ready to go back. All right, so I drive her back to Chicago, then I fly back home to Philly. Flexibility. And I was able to do that because, once again, my business is built around my lifestyle. I remember years ago, man, I forgot what event it was, but I missed something super important because I had started a job and I didn't have that flexibility. And I'll be honest, guys, when you have your own business, it's not like you got total flexibility. You still have to deal with your customers, your clients or whatever, but it's being strategic, being smart, understanding what you want out of your business and understanding how you position and set up your business. That's what's going to make the difference, guys. So once again, it's going to keep you excited about your business. You're going to be happy that you're going to your business. Right now, I'm in a good spot with all my businesses, but yet and still, I'm paring things down. So I'm not as accessible as I was before, not because I don't want to be, but it's not conducive to my lifestyle. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of these night courses and trainings anymore because I'm working on other things. And so once again, if your business isn't serving you, then what good is that business? That business needs to serve you, but you have to create it in the fashion that it is going to serve you. You don't want to create a Frankenstein monster. I talked about that before. That business sometimes can have a life of its own, and it can actually overtake you and can destroy you. All right. I know a whole bunch of entrepreneurs out there that don't spend any time with their family. They're committed to their business, and I get that because you need that. You need the income, but there's a trade-off. And the question comes up is, how much is enough? And every situation is different. If you have a spouse, partner, kids, whatever, we talk about expectations. What does your spouse or partner, what expectations do they have for your time? What expectations do they have for your income? What expectations do they have with you and your kids? So everybody's situation is different. That's why you need to be able to focus and create your business around your lifestyle and not your lifestyle around your business. And if you find that you truly despise or can't stand your business, it's not providing what you want, the first thing I would recommend is trying to tweak it, try to pivot it or whatever, because you put the time in to build a business. Or if it's not salvageable, guess what? Scrap it and build something else. Now, you may want to build something else before you scrap it, so you move from one thing into the other slowly, as opposed to saying, yo, I'm shutting down today. Let me figure out what I'm going to do. And it takes you 6 months to start something else. So you have to be strategic when you do this. Today's show topic, if you're not excited about your business, you may be in the wrong business. Hopefully you guys got some nuggets out of here. I always talked about in 2023 and beyond, I want to do only impactful episodes that are going to make a difference in your life, in your entrepreneurial journey. I want you to understand, guys, that and I've been in both situations, businesses that I hated, that I had to continue to work in because Obviously, I needed revenues and I needed income. And then there's the situation that I'm in now where I'm working on projects, businesses, and things that are fulfilling for me, that I have a passion for, that I have a purpose for. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint is a purpose. I love doing this. I love connecting and sharing with the BEB family, my ups, my downs, trying to help you guys elevate your entrepreneur IQ based on all the bumps I took on my head, right? Bumping my head for 20 plus years. But I want to share and impart that wisdom and experience to the BEB family. So hopefully you don't have to bump your head as much as I bumped mine. Almost lost it all twice, everything. But was blessed to be able to come back both times and build two separate multi-million-dollar companies. And that didn't happen by accident. It was a process. When I found out when I did something wrong, where that didn't make sense, I learned from that and tried not to repeat it. Okay? But you don't get to this point until you go through those bumps in the road and don't quit. And a lot of times, guys, we end up quitting because we're chasing paper and not purpose. Paper and not purpose. Chase your purpose is a totally different ball game. Before we hit this last end of the show, guys, just let me share all my social media contact information and resource links. So everything I'm about to tell you is on the website. So I'm really going to direct you to blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. If you're lazy, go to bebconnect.com. It's going to take you to the website. So I talked about at the beginning of the show, my latest book. I talked about Be Smart, Buy Black, Hire Black Freelancers, BEB Academy. Everything is on the website, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Now, what you want to do with the website, when you go on there, the first page pretty much has everything on it. But we also have resources. So if you want to learn about marketing, e-commerce, scaling your business, mindset, hit the Learn tab. And on that Learn tab, there's a drop down. And it has all types of different content buckets where you can learn from all types of different content. They're podcast episodes broken down into the different content buckets. There's resources, PDF downloads, master classes, and everything. So go to blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, hit the Learn button. Now, social media, if you can connect with me, go to the website, hit the About button under my bio. It has links to all of my social media, but I'll give it to you real quick. Anything long, family, hit me on my email address, jayjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, JAYJONES@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have additional content on YouTube that is not on the show. So go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, hit the subscribe button. Instagram, I got 2 IG accounts. The first one is Jay Jones for Real, JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. Second one is Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Twitter, hit me at jjones001, JAYJONES001. LinkedIn, please connect with me there. Just search for Jay Jones, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Also, Clubhouse, I'm not really on there, but I'm at I am Jay Jones. So I'll jump in sometime, but I really am not too active on Clubhouse. But everything I told you is on the website. Go to blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. The shortcut is bebconnect.com. Everything you need is right there. We spent a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money building up the website, and we want it to be the resource for Black entrepreneurs worldwide to get your resources and help elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Now, I say this each and every week, guys, because it's true. We get more and more downloads because of you, the BEB family. Please continue to spread the word about the podcast, the blog, the new website, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, the whole ecosystem of online courses, master classes, books, and everything to help elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Remember, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. It's about building an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. Love you guys. See you same time next week. Peace.